it has a blanket.
Okay, St. Louis gardener here, going to show you something. Give you a quick video on lettuce. And Joshua's over here. Joshua, say hi to everybody. This is for all the people that's watching, learning about the seeds. Say hi. Well, he's shy. Anyway, he's about to be 4 years old, aren't you? You're going to have a birthday party, right? Okay. All right, so you're going to hear him, so that's him making his funny sounds. All right, don't make so many sounds, son. Let me tell these people about these seeds. All right, you want to grow, this is romaine lettuce, and we choose to grow romaine. I'm going to tell you how to get your seeds. So you don't have to buy any seeds, non-GMO. When your romaine lettuce flowers, what you want to do is you want to look for it to reach this stage. When it reaches this stage where you see these little things, like these daisies or something that grows in the yard, you know, and when we were kids, we'd pick them and blow them and these things would fly. Well, that's how lettuce, this romaine lettuce, seeds travel through the air, is the seeds are attached to the base of these things here that are specifically designed just to catch the wind to transport the seeds. So you grab them like this, let your lettuce flower. When you see it flowering like that, then we cut them, as you see, cut them off your plant. Let them dry for, you know, maybe 2 months, whatever. These have dried all winter. It's late February. It's almost 1st of March. Maybe a couple of seeds in here. This is a pile that I've cleaned. I don't want to mess it up. So I want to get back over here. So after you've dried them, you pull them like that, and if you can see, you should be able to see a few seeds right there. And one plant can grow you know, if your plant's healthy, you'll have several shoots of this, enough to fill up a paper bag. I put them in brown paper bags. Put them in a garage, put them in an attic. That would be good. Depending on moisture, you don't want to put them, if there's going to be a lot of moisture, you want them where there's going to be dry, but we don't have to use a machine or anything to control the humidity, even though we live in a place where there's high humidity, just west of St. Louis. So you don't really have to worry about it as long as it's warm. So I picked these in the summer, and then of course you can see there's nothing left, no seeds left there. So that's just garbage. Okay, son, please settle down a little bit. Let me talk to the folks, okay? I interrupted him. He's watching Elmo's World. So I'll let you watch Elmo in just a second. Let me tell the people about the seeds on the lettuce, okay? Okay. All right, thank you. So you want to get the little seeds, and they are tiny. We're talking much smaller than a grain of rice. So it's real simple. Let at least 1 or 2 plants continue growing. Don't even eat off those plants. Just let them grow and be very healthy and strong and produce these shoots of flowers. Beautiful little yellow flowers, I believe is what it is on the romaine here. Yellow flowers open up, and the bees will come, and I'm not sure about all the pollination, but I don't know how that, if it's wind pollinated or what, but you'll end up with those flowers, and then the flower closes up and it has a green bulb. And then about, I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks later, it pops open. Now when they first start popping open, wait until the whole thing starts to open up and you see all those fuzzy things. If you wait too long, they'll start blowing away when the wind's blowing pretty good. So you want to find that sweet spot where you've got, you know, the whole plant virtually. It's okay to wait until a few of them start falling off, then you know the rest you should have a lot of good mature seeds in the rest of it. So then you dry them out, and you simply, I'll show you again, after you've got them dried out, I just let them dry naturally. I put these in the outside garage. No electricity, just a garage outside in garbage bags that are paper, not plastic, so they can breathe. Don't stuff them. You know, I do it like this, so if I cut them so small to where I had all these piled on each other, it would mold. By doing this, it keeps them spread out, and they dry. The stem and everything dries real good. Don't have any problem. So then you just take them. You don't have to be, okay, wait a second, son. You don't have to be precise about it. Just grab a bunch of them. When you do, most of them's going to come off. Sometimes the whole thing will pop off. Have something to catch the seeds on. I grab the back stem, and pull that part. Sometimes there'll be seeds in there, so you want to kind of give it a shake. Get I believe one seed right there fell out. You'll get about a dozen seeds out of each one of these. As you can see here, you should be able to see this fall. Some will have about 8 seeds, some will have up to a dozen. That's what you'll get out of each one of those little flowers. And then just look it over and you can feel, if it feels real soft, there's no seed in there. And then, you know, you'll see a little pieces of material that's not seeds. The seeds, you push them with your finger, it feels like a grain of rice. It's hard. That's how you can know what's just fiber material and what's the actual seed, so you don't throw a seed away. And then separate that old fiber material. And the way you want to plant these, if you go out there and plant these in the soil, you're probably not going to get anything to come up. So what you want to do is get you some seed starting soil. You could use peat mixed with something that'll make it light. But go ahead and get you some seed starting mix, potting mix from the store, or make your own so that it's very loose and light and doesn't compact. And I always plant 2 seeds in each little cup or whatever you're using. Plant 2 little seeds, and most of the time you will get 2 plants. So I do 2 because then I pick whichever one's healthy and take the scissors and cut the other one. Most of the time they'll be about the same. I let them get at least 3 leaves they'll be about 1 inch long. When it gets those 3 leaves formed really good, let the thing get dry where you can easily pop it out and transplant it. Put it in your garden bed, put it in your, you could grow the things in pots or 5-gallon buckets, whatever, put it in the ground, whatever you want to do. Once you get them started and they've got those 3 leaves, you're okay. You can put some fertilizer on it, whatever you want to put on it. Or you don't even have to if you're using good compost. They'll grow fine. You don't have to try to load them up with nitrogen. You can use nothing and you will get romaine lettuce. And once you do this right here, you'll never have to buy any. We chose romaine lettuce because romaine lettuce has the most nutrients and it is very heat tolerant. Last year here outside of St. Louis, we had heat indexes of 118 degrees for several days. Well, it wasn't 118 every day, but we hit that maybe 1 or 2 days. So we had heat indexes over 110 degrees for about 2 weeks. And the romaine lettuce, I didn't have to water it. All I had to do was watch it thrive. So it's very heat tolerant. It'll grow in Arizona. It'll grow in very hot climates, 120 degrees. Easy to grow, easy as growing your weeds in your yard. So I encourage everyone, get you some romaine lettuce seeds. You can go on eBay. You know, I don't sell these. I do sell other seeds. I don't sell them because there's people on there always selling. You can get 1,500 seeds for $3 or something like that. So you buy you a pack of seeds, you get that romaine, you've got the highest nutrient lettuce. It'll grow anywhere where it's warm. I don't know how well it'll do in really cold temperatures. So you might want to research that if you live in a place where your summers are not getting over 85 degrees. I don't know how well it'll do if you're going down below maybe 55 every night or 50 degrees. I don't know about that, but we love it. It tastes delicious. We can easily grow plenty, no headaches. I use nothing, no chemicals on any of my gardening, and I've had no bugs even take a bite. But I noticed that once I stopped tilling and I went and began to use wood chips, that it took 2 years before everything I plant pops up. No fungus, no bugs, no slugs. It kind of got everything back in balance, the nature, the biological life, and everything kind of balanced back out. So I saw that process with my own eyes. Now I plant. I don't buy anything organic to treat any plants, and we have bumper crops. So it does work. I encourage everyone to look up Back to Eden Gardening, the wood chips, Paul Gauci. It's going to work for you no matter what your situation is. You don't till them in the ground. Some people made mistakes and they mixed the wood chips in the dirt. You don't do that. You want the wood chips just to be used as a mulch, a covering. And that's where it's going to help you. It will break down, of course, eventually, and you end up with something that would be the ideal substitute for peat moss, a growing medium that's packed with nutrients. Peat moss is there's no nutrients and things like that for plants, but people do use it for a growing medium. So you end up with building up your soil as far as nutrients, biological life. Back to Eden gardening with the wood chips is the way to go, and you won't have to buy any poison, you won't have to buy any neem oil, you won't have to buy any BT and put on your plants. You'll be in good business. You might have to have a net over your squash and things like that, but you will be in good business and easily grow your food. And here's the little seeds. It takes about